Ladies and gentlemen, in the coming hours, a particularly dangerous weather situation is developing and is expected to last over the next 48 hours across a large portion of the United States. Major meteorological centers are issuing consistent warnings about a significant outbreak of severe thunderstorms, with high intensity and a wide impact area stretching from the south, across the Midwest, and into the Ohio Valley. This is not just a typical period of unsettled weather, but rather a combination of multiple unfavorable atmospheric factors that could produce dangerous conditions simultaneously, including damaging winds, large hail, and especially the risk of strong tornadoes, potentially capable of causing widespread and severe damage. As the severe weather season enters its peak phase, what is unfolding is being considered one of the most notable weather patterns since the beginning of the season. Today, the focus of severe weather is concentrated mainly across the central and southern plains, including states such as Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and parts of Nebraska. In these areas, atmospheric conditions are becoming highly favorable for the development of intense thunderstorms. Warm and moist air from the Gulf of Mexico is being transported northward, while at higher levels, a low-pressure system and a strong jet stream are moving in from the west. This combination creates a highly unstable environment where convective activity can rapidly intensify and organize into supercells, the most dangerous type of thunderstorm, often associated with large hail and tornadoes. Forecasts indicate that by early afternoon, scattered storms will begin to form, then quickly increase in both number and intensity by late afternoon and continue into the evening. The primary threats today include damaging wind gusts reaching 100 to 105 km per hour, strong enough to knock down trees, damage roofs, and disrupt transportation. In addition, hail poses a major threat, with sizes potentially exceeding typical levels and even reaching the size of baseballs in some areas. Such hailstorms can cause significant damage to vehicles, homes, and crops. However, the most concerning threat remains tornadoes. While the number of tornadoes may not be extremely high initially, the current atmospheric conditions support the possibility that some could become strong, posing a direct threat to life and property. Areas from Wichita to Topeka and down to Oklahoma City are under heightened alert, as forecast models consistently indicate a strong potential for tornadic activity in this region. One factor that makes this situation particularly dangerous is the potential for tornadoes to occur at night. Unlike daytime events, when visual cues can help people recognize approaching storms, nighttime tornadoes often strike with little warning and are much harder to detect. This significantly reduces reaction time and increases the risk of damage. Meteorologists emphasize that if storms intensify after sunset, the potential for a widespread nocturnal tornado event becomes a real concern. This is a scenario that must be closely monitored in the coming hours. Moving into Monday, conditions are expected to become even more severe as the weather system shifts eastward and expands its area of influence. States across the Midwest and the lower Mississippi River Valley will enter the most dangerous phase, including Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Wisconsin, and Tennessee. According to the latest forecast models, the atmospheric environment on this day will reach optimal levels for the development of severe thunderstorms, with high instability and strong wind shear throughout multiple layers of the atmosphere. This will support not just a single round of storms, but multiple waves of severe weather, increasing the potential for widespread impacts. Experts believe that Monday could bring a large-scale severe weather outbreak, featuring all major hazards. Tornadoes remain the top concern. Not only are weaker or moderate tornadoes possible, but the current setup also supports the development of strong tornadoes, potentially reaching higher intensity levels and traveling long distances. Such tornadoes can persist for extended periods, causing widespread destruction. Areas such as central Illinois, western Indiana, and nearby regions are considered at highest risk. In addition, major cities like Chicago and St. Louis are within the impact zone, where higher population density increases the level of danger. In addition to tornadoes, widespread damaging winds are another major concern. Forecasts indicate that many areas could experience wind gusts between 100 and 130 km per hour, comparable to the strength of a powerful storm system. These winds can cause significant infrastructure damage, disrupt power systems, and impact daily life. Large hail is also expected to occur across a broad region, particularly in areas where supercells develop. All of these factors combined create an extremely complex and dangerous weather scenario. The time period from early afternoon through the evening on Monday is expected to be the most critical, as atmospheric conditions peak during this window. During this time, storms can rapidly intensify and expand, forming large systems that move quickly across the region. Residents in affected areas are strongly advised to closely monitor weather updates and be prepared to take immediate action if necessary. By Tuesday, the system will shift further south, impacting areas from Texas and Arkansas to Kentucky and Ohio. Although the overall intensity may decrease compared to the previous day, hazardous weather conditions are still expected. Damaging winds, hail, and a few tornadoes remain possible. Given that the atmosphere will still be unstable, even minor changes could allow storms to become stronger than anticipated. Therefore, Tuesday remains a day that requires continued vigilance, especially in southern portions of the system. The cause of this entire severe weather event lies in the complex interaction of large-scale atmospheric systems. Warm, moist air from the south continues to surge northward, while cooler air from the west and north moves in, creating a pronounced temperature boundary. Along this boundary, strong differences in temperature and humidity trigger intense convective activity, forming the foundation for thunderstorm development. At the same time, strong vertical wind shear, changes in wind speed and direction with height, allows storms to maintain structure and evolve into supercells. This is the key factor driving the increased tornado risk. Given the evolving and potentially dangerous weather conditions, authorities are urging residents in affected areas to take necessary precautions. Continuously monitoring weather updates is essential, particularly during the late afternoon and nighttime hours. People should prepare safe shelter plans, prioritizing sturdy structures and staying away from windows and objects that could become airborne. In addition, having multiple ways to receive warnings, such as mobile alerts, radios, or emergency notification systems, can significantly improve response time during critical moments. In summary, the next 48 hours will be an extremely sensitive period with widespread severe weather across the United States. This also coincides with the peak of the severe weather season, when extreme events tend to increase in both frequency and intensity. What is unfolding serves as a clear reminder of the power of nature and the importance of preparedness. We will continue to monitor the situation closely and provide the latest updates in upcoming reports. Thank you for your attention.